know you heard about this virus. You know, it hadn't made it here yet, but I want to ask you a question. Do we need to get Servco to come in the courthouse and do a thorough COVID-like cleaning and stuff? Because they're going to have a court on next week. And I'm like, Attorney?
Yeah, we got a trial starts Monday morning.
Is that so we want to do, or just let Ricky spray? Or do we want to give a good thorough at some point? Try to get ahead of it. So far, we ain't had any cases here, but it's out there.
I ain't even heard it yet.
You know about it when you got on the ship, on that cruise, the bike.
Two of them is in that manner right now.
I'm gonna cruise next week.
When you don't be careful. Seriously, so they landed to the United States, they're back in Atlanta, in their hospital with the virus. The ship been out there on the water probably about 14 days now.
Yeah, just you know, we can think about it.
Okay.
Do we want to get served for the company that's going out to do good, thorough, you know, cleaning with him? I already talked to, I talked to Ricky, he still got some COVID stuff. He wouldn't come in this weekend, everybody out of here and spray it down. You know, just want to run that by you all. Yes, sir, Shane.
I think that'd be a good idea, since you still have the coronavirus still going around, just spread it.
He gonna spray, but I didn't know if they want Servco to come in and do a thorough, which is gonna
Get
cost.
somebody to come in and do a thorough, or they all over the phone.
Information what y'all want to do.
Yeah, clean. It's my first year that the champions are clean. Get sprayed, don't kill it, kill it.
They gonna get it about spread so
This is my
fast.
first hearing, and I'm reading it now, something called hantavirus.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it here in Bullock County?
It ain't here in Bullock County yet that we know of, I'm just saying, it's out there,
Gotcha.
and
And the two citizens that was on there, they undocked and they went to Atlanta to enter. So, you know, anytime, just like with COVID, anytime you have international borders, clearly it's gonna travel. So if it's in Atlanta, we're neighbors to Georgia. You know, I mean, COVID is here and we just thought everybody had the flu.
I just want to run that
Well,
by
they
you.
still reviewing it, you know, I've been following it on TV and everything, they ain't confirmed anything definitely yet,
Right.
you know, they just got the suspect, so let's just pay attention to it, you know, but then it's not transmitted from people to people, you know, there's a lot going on with it, let's just take a look at it, let's go call
COVID is still
Coco
here
and
too. So I said COVID is still here too. People still testing positive for COVID.
Well, Ricky,
They'd rather be
we're gonna have
prepared
Ricky,
than react.
Ricky's gonna do his part, I just know we wanna go to a different level, thorough with HVAC and all that. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Mr. Crawford. You on?
Okay, January 20.
Probably.
I was up here a few weeks ago, and I had a problem with my garbage pickup. And the guy claimed New York, and he said that he was going to rules out, I could come up and pick it up or not. So anyway, on last week, I get my paper on Thursday, got a whole page of the law and stuff, that rules and stuff that you have to go by as far as the garbage pickup goes. Now, first of all, if you want to send rules out for the citizens to go by, then you should at least make sure that you abide by your own rules. And I explained to you all, I have two garbage cans. One I was paying for on the counter. The other garbage can was mine. Now, about 300 weeks ago, your can was picked up. Okay? And I came up to the office and I talked to you. And she said it would be brought back. The can hasn't been brought back yet. So now this is going on a whole month that I'm using my can. And you took your can back, the one that I'm paying for. So now what happens with my bill? Did my bill get adjusted? Or what's going to happen? Why, and second, why haven't I got the can back that I'm paying for?
Ms. Cooper, come up and address this issue in light of what's going on.
you haven't gotten your can back because you told me that you would let me know at the end of the month if you were gonna continue the service or not, because you said you had 143 acres and you could get rid of your own trailer. Secondly, the second can that you have, whatever can you have to pay for, even if it's your own can, which you're not supposed to use your own can. But it's a Black Airways can, correct? The can that you have now is a Black Airways can?
No, it's my can, period.
Well, you still have to pay for getting your trash picked up, whether it's your can or not, but you're supposed to use our can. But we didn't bring a can back because again, you told me that you would let me know by the end of the month, which was April, if you would continue your service or not.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I told you, I said, the thing of it is, if this is gonna be this way, and the rule for everybody to have a can, then, why do you wanna put a restriction on me and everybody in Bullock County don't have a can?
We didn't
And then I said, wait a minute, I said, plus, I said, before the can came out, people were doing things when they could put their garbage. I said, we can go, I can go back to doing the same thing if I have to, that's what I told you.
There are no exceptions to the rules. It's just that once we find out what's going on, then we have to be proactive and stop it. So you're not an exception to the rule. Everyone who has 2 cans, they pay $60. So we took the other can and you can continue to get your service, but you still have to pay for the previous when you would get picked up every week with 2 cans.
Now, first, like I told you, I live in a big house, I have a big house. I'm there all the time. And maybe once every now and then, I'm gonna have 2 cans out there. A whole lot of time, my one can is not full. I put the can out there because you said don't put garbage on the ground. And when I do have family and stuff coming in and stuff going on, I'm gonna have extra garbage.
And this
So
when you
that's-
call and let us know that you're
Why you
having
keep cutting me off?
You cut me off.
Wait, just getting out of control. Do you want the service?
Yeah, I'm paying for it.
Paying for it. Get them a can. You want 2 cans? Do you want 2 cans?
I want the can that I'm paying for.
That's 1 can. And we're gonna pick up 1 garbage. And that's a rule
Yes,
for everybody. You sign out a rule to all your customers, same rules, right?
yes, sir.
That's what we need. Well, Commissioner, you got anything? Any comment on this?
I'm sorry. What's that? Now, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you now, over almost a month, I haven't had this can, but which I paid for. And on top of that, you tell us you got the rules. How do we know? And I know a whole lot of Bullock County residents don't have garbage cans.
But the ones that have a
But
can,
if it's a
the
rule
ones that
that
have a
everyone
can,
have it,
the ones that have a can, that's on the service, get the same letter.
It's a
And Ms. Cooper,
Yes, sir.
if he been paying and didn't have the can out, y'all can work out, give him some credit or
But Chairman,
whatever.
from my driver speaking up his can, he has a Black Airways can, which still belongs to the county.
I don't
Because
have
we
no halfway
purchased
can.
those
Well,
cans.
that's my can.
So he had a green can, that's one of the new ones, but he still has a Bullock County Airways can.
Lawyer, jump in here.
First of all, this, I keep telling you that was my can. I had that can way before you went there, I'm waiting.
Well, first off, if you have a can that you paid for, went to somewhere and bought a rolling can, certainly the can belongs to you. There's no question about that. But if the county has a can there that they provided, one thing you gotta understand, you're not paying for a can, you're paying for service. You're not paying, this is my can, you're paying for the county to come there with the truck and the people and pick up the garbage and dispose of the garbage. That's what you're paying for. It's not a can, it's a service.
Okay.
And so, but here, if the county,
Service, okay?
wait, but I'm suggesting your can. If you own the can and the county didn't own the can, you certainly are entitled to get your can back. That's not an issue with me. If you do have a can and we picked it up by mistake,
No, we took the Bullock County can.
okay. So you saying the can that is still at your house, Mr. Crawford, belongs to you? Is that what you're?
Correct.
Okay, you physically own the can, but the county picks up the garbage, and that's what you get charged for, is the pickup of the garbage, not the can.
What are you trying to say, man? What are you saying?
Well, I'm trying to say that's what you pay your money for, is for somebody to come pick up the garbage, not to give you a can. Now, and they will, I'm sure the county will provide you a can that belongs to the county. And if we had picked up the can and you want the can brought back, certainly we will do that. But we can't pick up 2 cans at your residence for the service when you paying for picking up of 1 can. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't know what you think, I can understand what I can. I'm well educated, I can understand everything you saying, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. I already know I'm paying for the service.
Well, I
Now,
wanna-
wait a minute, I'm not looking at it. I know I'm paying for the service, okay? I already know that. And at the same time, you provide your can in order for the service to be taken care of, which I pay for.
Which is 1 can.
1 can.
1 can.
Okay,
So that's what we want to see.
that's all you gave me, 1 can.
1 can at the road.
Correct.
So. if he
So I
paying-
don't, so
If he
keep
paying,
going.
if he
I don't
paying,
understand what
if he
the
paying,
issue is.
we get his can back, but we're going to charge it. If you want 2 cans to be picked up, it's an extra fee.
Have they been picking your garbage up when it's in your can the last few weeks?
Excuse me?
Have you been putting your garbage in your can, the one you claim is yours?
That's right, I'm putting it
And have they been picking it up every week out of your can?
out of my can.
So you've been getting your garbage picked up every week?
They've been picked up.
Okay, and the can that you claim you own, where did you buy that can?
Wait a minute, I'm gonna go back. Number 1, it's my can, and where I got it from is none of your business.
Well, it might-
It's not Bullock County can.
Well, it could be because when we've changed services from Amway's, we bought their cans from them. That was in the contract.
Oh, I had the can way before you went with Amway.
Well, we
I was
bought,
with you before you went to Amway.
so
I
where
was
did,
with you when you started.
so where,
It's not Amway's can, it's not Bullock County's
where
can.
did, so you, how do you,
Well, if you wanna know, my brother-in-law gave me the can.
so
Okay?
did he own it? I mean, where did he buy it? Was it a county-owned
He
can?
lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
So did he bring it from Atlanta?
He brought it down here to me from Atlanta, if you wanna know.
We're gonna get out
Now,
there. You paying for 1 can, so we're gonna give him 1 service.
Yes, sir.
And so you tell your drivers, if there's
the driver told me he don't bring it back.
2 cans out there and you paying for 1, you pick up 1 can and leave the other one out there. They're just bottom line and we're gonna move on from that. So
And I just wanted to say this, there are exceptions to the rules where we do have customers who have 2 cans, but they don't necessarily put both cans out every week.
But they paying for the 2 services.
Exactly.
Right.
But they still paying for
Paying,
it,
right.
but you just call and let us know ahead of time, like, Commissioner McGowan said in the previous meeting where there'll be circumstances, but you don't just put your trash out without calling to let us know, because again, it's at the discretion of us if we will pick it up or not, because if you're steadily putting bags out every week, then that means you need 2 cans, but if there's a certain circumstance where you may have something different going on, then you call and let us know, because everyone does that, you just call. It's a courtesy to let us know instead of just putting out there, expecting for us to pick it up.
And all this been in your letter when you send out to all your customers.
Yes, sir.
We got Brandon Reeves, Rivers.
You did the same thing about my adjustments, my bills.
She'll work it out.
Did he get his insurance?
Yeah, it should be in there, insurance and his, city license, should be toward the back, right up under the expenditures. Yeah, he brought it by the office, yeah, right, his business license and his certificate of insurance.
Good morning.
Money.
On behalf of A1 Banking, you all told me if I need insurance, it should be assigned to my folder I delivered to Mr. Smith from the last week. I actually have my insurance company from the corporate office, they all are providing a certified stamp with actually the stamp from them. They already been filled out. I don't know if you want guys. Right there, but I actually have another copy of the certified stamp, it's the same thing.
Same thing,
It's just
yeah.
showing that it was actually from what company, corporate company from Alpha Insurance down to. I actually have a certified letter of my business license. I provided you all with that also. On request, due to the low traffic volume, vending machine being inside the basement, is it okay, can I place the, vending machine inside the Richard B. Stone building, if that's possible, due to the events that they have out there, the meetings, and I'm also in the process of purchasing multiple more vending machines, soda machines. I'm actually gonna provide a sandwich machine. I actually got my health department license. I'm working on that part now, but I'll present that to you all again once I get that situated. So my request is, would it be okay to place the machine inside the Richard B. Stone?
But he's on the agenda for the regular meeting, so this is agenda setting. Once we convene at 10 o'clock, they're gonna vote on it. Yeah, but you're good, I'm glad you explained it though, we're glad you explained it, to bring it forward to the regular meeting, because you're on the agenda to be for the approval. Yeah.
Can I get more information between about agenda meeting? I never been in there, so.
Okay.
In the agenda now.
You're in the
So this is
agenda now.
agenda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, the
okay.
regular meeting's coming up at 10 to,
Will be
for
approved.
vote, yeah.
For this.
And
Yeah.
I have to come back or you all discuss it.
You can sit right there.
So,
Okay. I'm actually.
Chairman,
yeah, yes, sir.
I'd like to share
Yes,
something
yes, sir.
with Mr. Rivers. Now, you know, as it stands, I have no problem with placing vending machines, but there's certain procedures, you know, after you came before, I just checked with the county association, and there's certain procedures you have to go through to let someone vend on our property. It would have to be bid, what we get out of it, certain contracts have to be made, attorney. I talked to the attorney at the association just so we have all our ducks in a row. No problem with you vending, but there's some things that have to be approved by us to allow that to happen, not just you can do it, you know, like we're gonna vote on it. We gotta have a contract or something. And I said I'll check with our attorney, let him check it out. But they say, I just tell you what to tell me, you can't give it inclusive, like you come, somebody else come, you can't just say you can put it out there. You gotta have some kind of agreement, and we not getting anything out of it. I told them, no, we're not, and I don't think we getting anything out of anything, but there's some documents that have to be signed to cover us for letting them put it on our property. Because we're public buildings.
Alright.
Just a little stuff we gotta go through.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm cool with it, I don't know what it is.
Do I need to write out the contract or?
I would think we would have to find out what we need, and all we need is the basic.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not looking for anything out of the way, but just the basic stuff to keep us straight
Okay,
with the business.
understand.
Now,
The question now is he gonna be able to put it at Richard Stone? And I think that's a great idea to put it out there. That way our workers, our county workers can have a vending machine
Yeah.
to where they can go to if they want snacks or something like that. So Jason, what would be a good spot to put it out there? Do we need to put it back there where you guys working at, or do we need to put it up? There's something there, just we need to think on, but I think that'd be the perfect spot for it. And Attorney Water, just whatever you need to do for us, writing it up, getting the contract, we just go forward.
I just want to be sure that there's not a bid process involved with saying the county wants to provide a vending area for public and employees or whatever. Because I do know there, at one time, and I'm not sure that it's still in place, but when we had vendors such as vending at the prisons and in public buildings, there was some provision for handicapped people to be, because I know Mr. Benny Johnson used to do the prison out here. Mr. Benny had a vision, he was blind, but there were some provisions in the state that I want to say reserved, that may not be the right word, but reserved it for people with disabilities to have those concessions. And I just want to be sure that we don't run afoul of something that, being a public building and have public here, that we don't run afoul of some state. You may know about this, I'm just saying.
I'm familiar with Mr. Bennett.
And I know Mr. Benny Johnson had the state prisons, several of them around, and he provided the vending and so forth for those facilities under some provision based on his disability. And so I don't I don't know that that applies to the courthouse.
Sure.
But I do know Sheriff Rogers at times when we dealt with people in vending machines at the sheriff's, at jail, they had to bid on that, didn't they, Sheriff, at one time, unless you did it yourself.
I did.
I know, but if you had not, there had to be some bid process for that. And so I just want to be sure that, you know, we want to follow the bid law and also any provisions of the state that, requirements they may have, that this be designated for someone with some disability. So I will try to do my due diligence and get that done.
Mr. Pritchard, you got a question?
My question is, we already have, the question, we got vending machine in the courthouse already. Did that not have been made clear with the vending machine that we have in the courthouse already?
That Coke machine,
Yeah.
that all the Coke machine.
Let me tell you this, I don't even know who it was. When I came on board on the county commission, they did like they wanted to do. They just stick something where they want to stick it in. They didn't go by no rules, they didn't go by no regulations. So that's what's going on right there with that. Which is, if my buddy wanted to put one in here, they put one in here. That's the way it was. But now we're running by rules and regulations. And now an attorney, we're asking our attorney to write up a contract, and we're gonna go forward with whatever contract he write up and whatever due diligence he's doing for us with the law, we're gonna be within the law. And Mr. Brandon, just bear with it. He's gonna get it wrote up, and once we get it wrote up, then we're gonna go forward like that. Yes, yeah,
Do
that's
I
what.
need to leave my number to be reached
No,
out
we got all your information. We got all your information. We're gonna go forward with getting it done. The next meeting, we're gonna try to have it done.
Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Lockwood, would it be okay, I think, if we could approve it contingent upon getting the contract signed with them, and we can go ahead, we'll have to come back. If we
Yes.
want to approve it, we can approve it today, provided you get the paperwork together, make sure everything's legal, and we can take it on the agenda today and just go ahead and do that.
I agree, Ms. Rivers, I applaud you for your business, what you wanna do. But like Commissioner Lockwood said, there are rules and regulations for ADA compliance. The snacks that you sell, they have to have calorie count on them. It gets real technical. But for your part, what you've done, that's acceptable and that's okay. And we'll do our due diligence on what we need to deliver to you.
And I totally understand, because I actually been doing a lot of research on it. So
Yeah.
I kind of figured this was going to, so I'm learning as you all learning too. So it's a process, like I say, and as long as I'm still here, I'm gonna be patient.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So I
Thank you.
appreciate y'all for your cooperation.
Yes,
So
sir.
with that being said, if you have to go, we gonna take it up at 10 o'clock. I know, I said he might have to go, I don't know.
Well, we got, I can't disclose that, but you don't have to be serious, you know, so, but I'm gonna sit for a while. But
Okay, but you're on the agenda anyway, so you could do it at contingent.
Approve the contingent.
Ms. Johnson.
Good idea, though. Get one for the courthouse too. We want one too.
Thank
Since you got.
It wasn't me, it's the chairman and the mayor. Thank you, yes, sir. Chairman Ellis, Commissioners, good morning, how are you all this morning? I am Ms. LaShondra Johnson, the Recreation Board President for the city and the county of Union Springs and Bullock County. I'm here today, our Chairman Ellis and Mayor Smith has gotten together. This is the 250th birthday for the United States of America, July 4th. So we're receiving a grant from the state of Alabama. The city has already received their money, we're waiting on the money from the county. $2,500 for the city, $2,500 for the county. I understand now, I just found out last week that in Commissioner Larkin's district, there's an event taking place as well on that day. But this event will start at 5 and we will conclude at 9 with a fireworks show. We will have a glow stick party for the kids. All of this is centered around trying to do whatever we can to bring this entire county together and to build back families. When I've been on the recreation board off and on for the last 25 years now, 25 to 26 years I think, And, this is my first time being the president of this board. And I learned that I didn't know that the recreation board received funding from the county as well. So I went to the mayor and I suggested that the name of the rec board be Union Springs Bullock County Recreation Board, because we do receive funding from the county. So now it's not only the Union Springs Recreation Board, it's the Union Springs Bullock County Recreation Board. I gave you the letter stating, what happened, the purpose of this event. It costs the city nothing, it costs the county nothing, because we're receiving grant money. Like I said, the city has been approved, the county is waiting for a response on their monies, but I have no doubt that you all will get the money because the city received their money. Last week, we were supposed to have started T-ball and pitch ball, but because of the weather being so inclement, we could not. So this week, we will have our baseball starting back. We have not had T-ball, pitch ball, and Bullock County in 10 years. And I also want you all to understand that recreation is just not for sports for our youth. It's for everybody, the entire county. I'm coming up with ways to get our senior citizens involved, besides just going to the sites that you all have in the district. I'm coming up with games for them to come out maybe on a Thursday or a Tuesday or a Thursday. When I spoke to some of the senior citizens in the community, I just wanted to hear what would they like to see or to do for pastime. And I noticed that we have a lot of wells here in Bullock County. I did not realize that. So interaction is, to fill that void. Also, I wanted to let you all know that on Wednesdays, our summer camp starts June 7th, it ends July 31st. We have 45 kids, and they're from throughout the county, not just in the city limits of Union Springs. The majority of our participants are housing authority kids from the local housing authority, so they pay for their kids to go. Every Wednesday, if the weather permits, our children will be transported to Macon County for pool and swimming every Wednesday. Also, preparing to get the field together, we had 2 individuals from Macon County to come down and to help John get the field ready. They did not charge us a dime, and the last day that they came, they even brought gloves for the children who weren't able to buy gloves. So this is where we are with recreations. I want to thank you all so much for working with the city. I did not know that you all had a hand in it, but now that I know any information I feel that is potent to you all, I will bring it before you as Red Board President. Are there any questions from anyone?
Yes. Back to the grant, for some reason, they denied our grant, we resubmitted it. So we're waiting, hopefully they'll go ahead. Why, I don't know, we followed the guidelines that they gave us on that. But we're gonna get the money there, we're gonna figure out a way to get the money there. So you go ahead on with your plan, we'll work that out. On this Bullock County / Board of Recreation, I did serve on that board at one time, but they dismantled things and with no communication. And I would like for someone on this, from here, to be on that board, or this is what we do with other appointments. We always advertise in case somebody want to be a part of it, they can apply, submit their name at least. So y'all want to do that the same with the board here, commissioners? We need
You want to appoint
representatives.
a liaison, or do you want to appoint an individual that will have voting rights?
Any of us could serve, or we could have possibly, cause you need someone in your area to be a part of that. Commissioner, all 4 districts, to me, ought to have.
So that's what I'm saying, do you want a representative or do you want a liaison?
How
Because the liaison does not have, they have a voice, but they don't vote. The representative, if you want, and a representative, they will vote and
we need
go for it,
somebody,
yeah, so.
we need somebody can vote that can make a decision.
So you don't want a liaison, you want a
Yeah,
representative?
so on this board, or do we want to appoint some advertising, want to give them the authority? I don't want to.
Chairman, do you gonna have to, what is the structure of the recreation board? We just can't decide, we won't have somebody and just throw them on there.
Well,
I don't know what the structure is.
I am in the process now, because there were no SOPs or anything, so all of that is being established now. But because we are I'm not sure if you're aware or not, I don't know how long you've been around, but this is the busiest time of the year for recreation, because we go from football, basketball, now we're getting ready for summer camp, and then football will start right back. All of this is going together. So our first commitment and our first obligation is the children and the programs that we have. But yes, it's a process. Like I said, with development, we have mission statements. But we're not just out here just moving how we want to move and do what we want to do. So let me make that clear. I can't be held accountable for what the previous presidents have done before me. I'm saying in my role as president, this is what we're doing. So yes, so to answer your question, we do have SOPs. We have mission statements. So all of that is in place.
That's not what I was referring to.
Okay, well, explain to me the difference.
I don't know what the makeup of the board is. In other words, and it's fine, whatever it is.
The makeup of the board is, we have a president, we have a liaison from the city, and we have individuals from the community, not just in Union Springs, throughout Bullock County. And it's a total, they changed it, we voted to change it to a 9-member board. But there's no problem with me going back to them. We actually have a meeting today after our interviews, because we're interviewing today for the camp council. We have 18 interviews because we have to hire 8 counselors. So as soon as we're done here, we will start interviews at 11 o'clock because we have 18 people there.
And all I was trying to say is, the county commission, if you have a structure in place and how those board members are selected, and which is fine, whatever it is, I'm just saying, if the commission has not in the past had the authority to put someone on that board, they just can't unilaterally decide today, we want somebody on the board and this is who it's gonna be. I'm not saying that, all I'm saying is, if your bylaw structure that y'all have in place say, okay, the city can appoint one, the county can appoint one, fine. But if it doesn't say that now, this board just can't up and say, we want a member and this is who it's gonna be.
And again, if you listen to what I specifically asked if you want a representative or liaison. I didn't say, okay, I'm gonna go and say we need to put this person on the board. I will take this to the board and let them know that this is the wishes of the chairman. So whatever we need to do, whatever language, whatever verbiage that needs to be written, so this can happen, it can happen. We receive funding from the county, so it's no way that we can continue to move and operate as a board, Union Springs Bullock County Recreational Board, and the request is for a liaison or representative to be on the board. It is my job as a president to take it back to the board and let them know your wishes. No one stated that someone would be appointed today, or we would do this today, but that is the wishes of the chairman, and I'm gonna take it back to the board. And then I'll come back and let you all know what was decided.
Is that okay with the commission? What's your
I just want to clear something up, I was on that board when it was.
No, it's no one on the board from Midway, no sir. No, it's no one from Midway. I'm trying to vision, look at everybody's faces,
That's, I find, we're just trying to find someone that.
Okay, okay, well, now, and like I said, we have interviews starting at 11 o'clock. After that, we have a meeting as well, because we have a situation to come up. So I will share this with them once we have the meeting. I will share your wishes with them, and however it goes, and however it needs to go, I will bring that information back as well.
question? Got it.
Yeah, Ms. Johnson, I was there when the board was founded, from the YMCA to the Union Springs Bullock County Recreation Board. It has to be established that way in order to receive our funds from Bullock County to it, percentage of funds. And the structure and bylaws are already established. Now, the bylaws are out there someplace, and it requires people from all over the county to be placed on that board, Midway and every part of the community. And when you find the bylaws and look at them, then you come back and see how to do that. But the structure is set already. I don't know what's happened, what they've been doing, in the last 8 years.
Again, I say, this is my first time
Right, I understand.
as president. We have not been able to find any SOPs, any bylaws. We had to start from scratch. So whatever information that you have, that you say that when you was on the board.
I know that were bylaws, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If you have any information in writing that will help me understand it, that would be great. That would be awesome. That would help me versus trying to figure this out. So if you have,
But he ain't over there, not to follow no way.
if you have the literature, or you can point me in the direction to where I can find this literature, it would help me so very well.
Yeah, Matt Smith can probably do it.
But he doesn't know. That's, he don't have it, you know.
I mean, he was there in the past,
He don't know.
on the council, he was there in the past with recreation, you know, back years back.
Yeah.
You don't know?
So when they tore down, and let me just explain this, yeah, I'm sorry, when they tore down the building up here, when it was up by Wayne
Yeah.
Senator Farms, that changed the name. Why they changed it, I wasn't there when they changed it, but that's when the name changed. Because it was Union Springs Bullock County Recreation Board years ago, it was. But when they tore down that building and got this new building, they never put the Bullock County back. So when I was appointed in November, I went to the mayor, and when I saw that we received funding from the county, I said, no, this can't just be Union Springs Recreation Center, it needs to be Union Springs Bullock County Recreation Center, because we received funding from the county as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I was fighting for.
If you could go back and actually, could they table this and maybe we need a work session so we all come on one accord, because we can't solve this right now.
Okay, that's fine. I
That's okay
really
with
know
you,
that.
Yeah, I just, making sure I get a
You
representative.
know,
From my area, that's all.
But she brought it to my attention, because that's where they were kept, the bylaws and everything was kept, the records up there at the old recreation
Right,
center.
right.
And the office and the bylaws and everything, and so I can understand it being misplaced and not knowing where it's at.
If you would actually, if they would table this and let's maybe have a work session so we all come to the table and kind of work this out. 'Cause, you know, we want the recreation to be successful, and we want to play our part in trying to make it successful for our kids, if that's the question.
Yeah, and for those of you who's not aware, when we had, if you just take the time and just go research, because I see that some take time to research certain things and some research others, but children are tug at my heart. When you go back and you look at numbers, go up to your juvenile probation officer, go in your courts. When the numbers of, we have juveniles in the county jail, 17, 18, 19 years old, capital murder charges, that's ridiculous to me. So when we had active recreation going on, active programs where families were involved, crimes committed by juveniles, that those numbers did not exist in the manner that it exists now. So we're basically starting over. Yeah, so instead of trying to be the smartest person in the room, I am learning. So speak to me as if I don't know, because I don't know.
Well, we appreciate
So I'm trying.
we appreciate you all being involved and trying to get all this back going, because it does help keep our kids
Yes.
something to do. Past administration dropped the ball in recreation over there. They don't have anything to do with the new administration over there with the city, so we good. And like I say, me and Joan working with the 250 here, I'm gonna say this, and I might get in trouble, but I'm probably gonna boycott that event because of what's going on in Montgomery.
Well, y'all asked me.
I'm not, anybody wanna be a part of it?
Yeah, y'all asked me. I didn't sign up for that.
This is me.
Yes, sir.
Everybody do what they wanna do, they grown. I'm just telling you me.
Yes, sir.
I'll be boycotting personally.
Okay, I
Because
take your
of
name
what-
off the thing, because y'all was supposed to speak, you and the chair, you and the mayor was supposed to
Right,
speak.
and, but I'm boycotting, beginning, it seems like it's gonna be the end of America, so the way black people are being treated with the government, as of right now, I'll be boycotting.
Okay.
Nothing personal to you,
Okay,
but whatever, that's
Yes,
just
sir.
me personally.
yes, sir.
I don't like what's going on, I will be boycotting.
Yes, sir.
America.
Thank you, commissioners. Patrick, when you all hear from the state about the grant, let me know if y'all get to, thank you.
I will.
appreciate it so
No problem.
Crime Stoppers. And Sheriff Rogers.
Yeah, regular agenda.
They had to clear up some stuff.
Yeah.
They had to clear up- Come on, yeah. Come on, Sheriff, I want you to stand right by.
Yeah.
If you get out of line, I lean on them a little bit.
Attorney, yeah, 'cause I said that to the attorney too. I'm sure he's gonna speak after doing this.
Yeah, as long as you've got that percentage number that y'all talking about, I'm good. But that's
Go ahead.
I don't know if they were plug in those numbers.
Well, the numbers were, yours, sir, we did, find the numbers that I think you're accustomed to with other contracts that you've done in the past. I think we sent out a contract and a one-pager, showing that. And let's see, on the one pager, on the second page, I'm sorry, not one page. Let's see, county administrative allocation is 3%. So we put in 3% on the contract.
Should be last. Okay, this one. Yeah, they all have a side. Two.
I'm good, as long as the numbers are filled in, I'm
Yeah,
good in the county. I just don't, I don't like to leave stuff blank on the contract to be determined later. I like for it to be in there. That way everybody knows going in what the numbers are.
Understood. We should have about came up here and talk to you.
Well, I'm good. You know,
So the numbers have been placed in, just an outside, note, we did appropriation requests for Bullock County again. We have about $6 million that were put in. Just to let you know, all the other, congressmen, they've already sent in denials for things that have been denied because they were not going with law enforcement, they were going with, infrastructure, which still falls into the jail. The old jail as a museum and the courthouse. We have about $3 million requests for reconstruction of the courthouse, remodeling, additions. So that's still good. As far as hasn't been denied yet, so it's still good. It's a possibility Bullock County may produce $6 million more in appropriation request funds. So
For this courthouse. So what we need to do is try to get them funding to get this courthouse on the park. Hold on just a second, that you brought that up. I just talked to Ms. Harris upstairs and she was saying how many people have been coming into the courthouse since the book come out and stuff like that. So that would be very, very important for us if we can get that funding to get this house here, remodeled and painted and do stuff there.
So actually, we'll be going to Washington DC probably first part of the fall, just to speak with the congressman that we have put in the appropriation request for, and to have us sit down with them and tell them this is what it's for, this is why it's something. Because we are successful now, all we have to do is be successful with the funding that we already have and spend it appropriately and get the things that the sheriff needs, make his sheriff shine, so they'll have some type of goal to say, this is what we done in Bullock County, and this is why we're appropriating other funds to Bullock County. So everything looks good so far.
Good, whatever we need to do right away, because where they're going, they're gonna take that position from that man, and if he gone, you know, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
Chairman.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
just for clarification, a couple of points. You got here Bullock County, from Shamari figures $1.14 million.
Yes, sir.
Katie Brick, is all this coming to the county, this whole amount coming to the county, it going to the city or anything else?
Norton County, these were projects that we worked on with the sheriff, of course, what his needs are, and we wrote the project for the sheriff's department. Bullock County Commission would be the overseer of it. As far as it would come to Bullock County, so it will be in your bank account.
Yeah.
But all the expenditures has to go to the project that we named.
Yes, so we're talking about but the total is this $2.1 million for Bullock County Sheriff's Department.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Y'all serve.
I have another comment before we go, because I shared this contract, and I like the contract, the administrator's contract and everything. And I shared this contract with some others, and a reasonable fee was 5%, and you asking for 10% from some people that are kind of do this type work. It's 5%, and you got 10% here in your contract. And so that's a question I'd like to get more clarification. I asked Patrick on yesterday, check with the other county, his group of administrators, and see what their recommendation was, because to be frank, I checked with SCAD, they do this kind of work all the time. He said reasonable fee went is about 5%, but be reasonable, maybe a little bit more. They didn't say nothing definite, but they just said about 5% for a contract like this, the administrator. So that's a concern I have. I like the contract and everything, but the percentage, I would question right now.
I think the reason that we put in that amount is because we went in with no money from the county. We put in our administrative costs, which is me paying my consultant, my administration to write it, and it was approved. this was a conversation I had with Sheriff, Rogers said, we're gonna put in funding where you don't have to pay anything, the commission's not paying anything. We get our money on the back end through administrative costs. That way, the entire, majority of the funding that comes in goes to the project, where it's not like other, entities where they use companies, and the majority of the project is spent on the expenditures of the administrative costs and other expenditures that just pop up automatically. We're taking pretty much money on the back end so we can have your project actually finished.
Attorney, nothing illegal about that, is
No. That's why I say all I wanted was the numbers put in. I mean, and y'all have done that.
Yes, sir.
It'll be up to the commission and whether they accept those numbers. My job is to determine whether it's acceptable. I just want to be sure they were in there so everybody be going in with their eyes open. And again, I know the sheriff is all for us moving forward with this. I've heard that from day one.
That's for us.
And so, I mean, what the commission decides to do is up to them. My job role was just to be sure
Right, yeah.
that the contract wasn't left incomplete and everybody knows what the numbers are.
Yes, sir.
So that's all I was.
Commissioner McGowan, Jason Dash.
So how do we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that answers, I understand.
Just like the,
I know SCADC, we pay $2,400 a year to SCADC. They do all the upfront work for everything we do, and, a list of things, and they get theirs on the back end. If it's not successful.
just like the $1 million we do so far, we haven't asked the county for
We gonna
anything.
get nothing on this.
That's all.
okay, y'all getting a little loud. You got a question? Okay, well, Sheriff, this your baby.
To the commission. All right, Taylor Grant last year told me I would get $50,000. I lost it. When the president took off, he snatched it away. We all lost so many grants, and we all let so much money went bad because we won't do what we're supposed to do. All right, on this, it's in concrete, it's fair. To me, it's fair. We need this money. Don't let this money, and I'm gonna ask the commission to vote today. Yes, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Don't let this money go back.
But Sheriff, the money's not going,
The
it's not going back, it's here, it's
no,
just
if you
administrative now.
keep kicking the can down the road, they going back. We already lost $50,000 by kicking the can down the road. And we lost a bunch of more money. And let went back, or we didn't get by kicking the can down the road. You got the contract in front of you, let's go ahead and do this today. The sheriff department need one. We need this. And this is the first time we ever, out of 24 years since I've been there, that we had opportunity to do this. This is one time.
Commissioner Baldwin. Yes.
Just shed light on what has happened in the backdrop. A lot of people don't know, Crime Stoppers, they kind of like roll the dice, so to speak. They came in and offered their service to us, to the sheriff department. They've been working tirelessly with the sheriff department on this. So it's just not like they just popped up and said, hey, we're doing this. They had to come in and do inspections on the jail, even to write it up, to get to this point. So it's been a lot in the past, and we had several people come before us that are gonna write grants for us. We hired companies to write grants for us. We paid them money to write grants for us. We ain't paid Crime Stoppers 1 cent. Not one dime.
Money there.
So it's there. So I applaud it. I agree with the sheriff. We're gonna vote it today. That's on the agenda.
All right. Jason, you had anything? Did y'all have anything else? I'm sorry.
We need, public safety, appropriations.
Oh, yeah, that, for this round, yes.
Yes, we also need a appropriation for EMA, for equipment and, fuel, if I'm not mistaken. I hope
You need what from us to help you? So what you need from us about this courthouse?
So we did.
You already did.
No, we did.
Okay.
See, they working.
My man.
So,
My man, my men. My men. Bring us the money. Bring that bag. Thank y'all so much. Come on, Jason. Oh.
I'll ask, yeah, this is, Nico, a couple of representatives from Nico and, talked to Mr. McGowan and been in conversation with them too. They just want to kind of give you a general, you know, scope of what they do, they typically do, so if you want to come on up there, introduce yourself.
How y'all doing?
all right.
So we're with Mecca, we're reached out to Mr. McGowan about a fuel site for Bullock County. We work with a lot of the ALDOTs, a lot of the county commissions, things like that. Last year we did an entire overhaul for, I believe it's 6 sites throughout Montgomery County. We went in and swapped out all their tank monitors. We switched over all their fuel equipment over to new systems. They were having a lot of issues with keeping track of fuel theft and fuel loss, and their accountants, it made their life a lot easier. And so we wanted to go over some of the benefits of building a fuel site. We've coded it a few times now. We know it's a very expensive endeavor, but it's something that once you do it, there's a lot of hidden savings that go into it, right? Everything from, like right now, what is the price of gas? It's like 4 or something. Well, when you buy your own fuel, you negotiate contracts, you could save, 20, 30 cents a gallon. You can also have the leverage to extend out your contract so that you can have some of the foresight to know when market changes are coming. You can have 4 or 5, 6 month stop gaps before your price goes up, so you have time to strategize and things like that. I don't know how y'all fuel right now. I don't know if it's little local sites or if you're going to gas stations or whatnot. Okay, so with something like this, I'm not sure what all municipalities would use it, but it would reduce a lot of the overhead of keeping track of receipts and things like that. Everything is automated. You pull reports. You can be as loose with it as you want. You can be as tight with it as you want. You can assign vehicle IDs and keys to individuals. You can parse it out by departments. You can say, well, this guy drives a diesel truck. He can never get unleaded. He doesn't need unleaded. There's so many different rules you can put in place, and you can track every single drop of fuel. And we know fuel is very expensive. It also reduces the, if you are going to gas stations and things like that, if you have a diesel truck that needs hot flow diesel or on-road diesel, and that gas station decides that they don't want to repair their gas pump, well, that's out of your control. But if you have your own gas pump, then you control the maintenance on it. You control whether or not it's up, the reliability of that kind of thing. So I know we put together a quote for Mr. McGowan. I think you were trying to get some funding and stuff like that. I know that eventually it'll go in open bid, and obviously we'll put our hat in the ring, but we can come back and do a more technical thing. I just wanted to kind of talk about some of the benefits of it, things that people may not think about, like oversight and reduce overhead and things like that. So I don't know if y'all have any questions or anything like that.
Yeah, coming up to the deadline to put in an appropriation request from Senator Figures, we had the 6th. I got that quote from them and submitted that to them as a request for funding for a future project, maybe for a fueling system. But whether that be approved or not, we've been talking about this for 8 years, about getting our own gas system. Don't be at the mercy of anybody else, whether they have gas or not. Emergency situations come up. We already be prepared in our shop to take care of what we need to take care of, not have to rely on a service station, how they doing and whatnot. So I think we've all said it's a good way to go. Appreciate you coming down and explaining it, and everyone had a copy of what I sent to Congressman Figures, a copy of that, which to look at. So I don't have any other questions. I just like us to consider that. And Patrick, look at our budget. I mean, I really had that for a note. We getting out of time to see just how much money we had, how we running, and how we looking at money, you know, ourselves. See where we stand, the whole county. See where we stand going into our budget year in just a little while coming up.
Yeah.
Look at our money and see if we can afford it. If we can afford to move with an action like this, it's gonna do nothing but, I think, in the long run, save us in accountability and everything he just explained. So I would suggest we take a look at this. Time is short now, but let's take a serious look at this, commissioners, and see if we can afford to move with something like this.
About the maintenance, how is the maintenance fairly expensive on, as far as upkeep and roads?
It can, it can be, anything fuel is gonna, you know,
Right.
it can be expensive, but the thing is it's just like anything else. If you maintain it and you take care of it, I mean, there's gas pumps that we work on that are 40 years old. They're still pumping like
Right.
crazy. You know, they're actually better than the new stuff. You know, they're gold cast iron meters. So, you know, if you take care of it, you know, it can.
Right.
The average lifespan of a tank, I think, is 30 years, and the average lifespan of a dispenser is anywhere from 10 to 20 years, depending if you take care of it. Right. Change the filters, that kind of stuff.
Right, right.
Mr. Marlowe had a question.
Yes, we've been talking about, I know, for 6 years, so what's the,
Longer than that.
longer than that,
Longer
okay.
than that.
So what's the next step, and who's gonna write the specs to put it out on open bid? So what's the next step? What do we need to do to, and who's gonna write it for our needs?
Well, that modernization department is out there, he knows exactly what he needs for his equipment, and
Okay.
also it concerns the sheriff department,
Right.
and all, and the agent department
Right.
as well. It's been talked about ever since we've been in the unit system, and I've been down, there have been times when Mays have been down,
Right.
and then we on lock, because we don't have an account nowhere else. And have your own,
So what's next?
you know,
What do we do?
so.
Jason gonna write the specs, put it out on open bid, is that your forte? I'm saying, what we go from there?
We going into a meeting in a minute. I think we continue this talk, but that's our meeting time already. So
Jason know what
this is a
time.
continued conversation, and we just go
Well, he know
ahead
what time, he knows.
discuss it. So Jason, let him take a look at the shop, take a look at where we at, where to be placed, and go out there with Jason and get a look, and then come back and make some recommendations.
That's simple, you know. The state of Alabama out there got one, the school bus shop got one, you got Mr. Daniel at his law firm got one. That's the way to go. That's right, you know what I'm saying? The technology, we talk about technology, you got a young lady out there that can handle the computer and everything and do what she needs to do. You know, it was, I like that idea. If we're in the unit system.
Let's go.
You know, you got someone out there, you can buy your oil and all this stuff, have it out there and stuff, you got a mechanic who will be able to keep this stuff in stock and inventory and all of that, that will cut down on going to the store a lot of time, getting antifreeze and antifreeze, all this stuff right there, somebody accountable. Right. But, anything else? Well,
I don't know where we can get to it, Ms. Cooper, but we need to talk about, you know, we said we was gonna rotate the garbage trucks out in 3 years
Yeah,
and,
Chairman, I had something else I
Okay,
wanted
well,
to
hold on,
say.
Let's get this closed out right
Okay,
here.
yeah, but
Jason, we're just gonna put that in Jason's hand.
Yeah.
Jason, you'll come out there and look at the site that we got, and then come from there, come back to the county commissioner with a recommendation on what we need to do. All right, so we got, yes, sir, and we thank you all for getting that, because we definitely need it, and we're looking forward to working with you all. Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Cooper.
I know y'all have to start the meeting. I
I run the beat, so.
Yeah, thank you. I have two quotes. One is from Kenworth, Duckworth, another is from Ingram Equipment, where you purchased the trucks from previously. They're all looking at about between 330 to 350,000. So I went to the meeting that Bank 47 president and the board came down to introduce themselves to the city and the county. And they're looking to have a continual relationship with all the municipalities, local government. So I wanted to see if me and Patrick could possibly go and talk to them one day and then see how much they would be willing, you know, to finance or whatever for the vehicles. Also, this is a concern of interest because Commissioner McGowan has gone to everyone but me about the mileage on the trucks and the VIN numbers. I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but he's gone to everyone but me. I have still to talk to him to see what he's even doing it for. So I know that the commissioner meetings is where the commissioners gather to do everything, so outside of here, I'm not sure what he's doing. He also comes in the office like twice a week, and he still hasn't said anything to me about what he's doing as far as the mileage and VIN numbers on the trucks. So I would like to be filled in if possible.
That's his job. I mean, that's his job.
No, but I'm saying,
Yeah,
but
that's his
if you
job.
have a department head and then he went to Jason instead of even coming to me, so that's still a concern. I understand that's his job, but
Yeah.
if you have a department head and you still not communicating with that department head, then it makes a difference. Cause the things that he possibly asked for, I couldn't give it to him with no problem.
Commissioner, you want to sign?
The reason I don't do that, because when I leave this meeting, I don't supervise anyone. Who's your supervisor? I don't talk to department heads or anything like that. And
But you talked to Jason about getting the serial numbers and the VIN numbers when Jason.
I asked him about J.M.
Woods.
Woods. I asked him a question about J.M. Woods, if they would be willing to take these trucks on and auction them off. That's what I asked Jason. J.M. Woods came, took a look. They said, well, get me the mileage and VIN numbers and we'll make you a price, a guaranteed price of what we give you for those trucks. I was bringing it to the meeting today, they're not just talking directly and get it confused so everybody can hear what I had to say. And so that's what I'm saying. Commissioners get the mileage and VIN numbers, see what J.M. Woods would be willing to offer. They might have the best price at 3 years old. This guy, Mr. that sold us the trucks, Jeff Barterford, he came out, he took a look at the trucks. He said he'd like to make, and that's what I was gonna ask, get a time when you can have them cleaned out so we can take a look at the body and then they give a price where we bought them from and see what we can get on a deal or trade to go forward with some new trucks. And he also pointed out that they need to be greased every 7 days. Saw no sign of greasing on the trucks, and that's why you want to look in them, because wear and tear on the slides on these trucks is damaged and doesn't look like they're greasing them every 7 days. So I was bringing this to the meeting today to talk to you, not talking in between and getting confusion. So that's what I have to say about that. So whoever the supervisor is, if they would, get the VIN number and mileage to J.M. Woods, get it to J.M. Woods, and then let them give us an offer. He said give it right away. As soon as he got that, he looked at the trucks. And this guy would like to, this week or sometime, take a look at the bodies, have both of them cleaned out, and he would give us an offer as what he could give for the trucks, looking at a trade-in. So we could probably get our best value for the trucks. And that's all I have to say about that, and then we shop for some trucks, see what we can get.
Well, when it comes to servicing the trucks, once again, you hired a county mechanic, and then you took a guy off her truck, say he's gonna be a mechanic helper. But they tell you what they gonna do and what they ain't gonna do, so how can she get serviced? I don't understand.
I don't know. I say they gotta be greased every 7 days. Whoever's in charge have the trucks greased every 7 days.
Okay, that's what they can't do.
Well, when I operated equipment, and I took care of my equipment, I blew my filters out, I made sure my piece of equipment was greased, because I had me a grease gun there. If I knew I had to grease it once a week, or every time I used that piece of equipment, I greased it up. So that's kind of fall back
So
on
the
the operator.
drivers are greasing their trucks.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure
the
what
operator.
Commissioner McGowan
Yeah.
saw or the guy that was with him saw, but they do grease their trucks. One of the drivers even serviced his own truck. So I'm not sure what he saw when he came to look, but they do their own trucks. They do. They make sure the trucks are filled with DF. They make sure that they're greased and serviced. They keep all the fluids in them. So again, I'm not sure what he saw, but they are maintaining their own trucks.
Well, he pointed it out to me, and I know about grease guns. He said these things hadn't been greased, and I don't know when. All the grease spots on the truck. He said there's been no grease on these trucks, and I need to look inside.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Let's discuss
I know you
that.
talked about purchasing. Do they have a lease program?
Yeah, they do.
Lease purchase.
This, so Kenworth, Duckworth, they do have a lease program, and I had one. I just printed it, but I can make you guys a copy. I can send it to you in email about their lease program. It's 3 years, 36 monthly payments, and $6,487. Arrears with the balloon payment of $133,970. It'll be due 30 days after 36 payment. We have 3 annual payments of $79,460. It's 4.47 fixed at closing for the rate, and there's no prepayment penalty.
see which
Did
is
you
our
get,
best option.
did you get all us a copy?
Yeah, I sent it to your email.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, please.
But you know, we had this when we purchased the trucks, we were gonna roll them over every 3 years. I've talked about it up here, and we hadn't rolled them over. Every time I said, it's time to roll these trucks over, time to
Ms.
roll this.
Cooper, Ms. Cooper wasn't in on, Ms. Cooper wasn't in on that, and the thing, you need
We
to talk
were.
to, you need to talk to the administration on what went on with that. Ms. Cooper don't beat me.
We talked it here, everybody was in on
Administration,
it.
well, the administration was the one in on that. Now, he was in
I
on the
just
line.
wondered.
Okay, thank you. Just get together and see what the best option for is 47 or a lease purchase plan or whatever, so we can make plans. Actually, we need 3 trucks, really, because y'all, we need a backup truck, because we gotta get both went down at the same time, that do it, you know,
Chairman,
yes, sir.
before we go, let's ask Ms. Cooper if she can make an appointment with Jeff Boterford to come take a look at the trucks, you know, make an appointment with him. She can make an appointment so he can give us a price on these trucks, because that's what he'd like to see. And I told him she would have to make it. I told him he'd have to talk to Patrick, you know, because I don't communicate with folks.
Yeah, I talked with Jeff.
Yeah, we talk with him together. We talk with him together.
That's what's gonna happen, okay, yes, sir, Jason.
I got one thing to say. I don't have like 5 copies of this. This is a request of the commission. But, assistant engineer Cole Patcher recently got his professional engineering license. It's a pretty large thing in the engineering business. You know, if you're a contract license, realtor, you know, real estate, whatever profession you're in. Anyway, he did get a professional engineering license now registered. I'm asking that his salary be raised by $3 an hour. You know, that is, the state does contribute toward that 50%. So that would equate to, on a salary basis, $1.50 per hour that the county would be responsible for. You know, I'm not asking this to be put on the agenda today, but if it can be put on the agenda, come in 2 weeks, I'd appreciate it. If you have any questions now or in the meantime, I'd be glad to.
What do he do? What all does he do?
Well, Cole handles 3R, which is basically the work reports we get from the guys, and then takes and goes down to the office where that money is transferred to be able to make payroll, gas tax, work orders, what's coming in. Now, I'll say, you know, he is not necessarily 100% responsible for this, or am I? A lot of times it'll be a team effort between both of us. Sometimes he may do more, sometimes I may do more of it, but so I'm not saying he's exclusively handles this, or I do not exclusively handle some of this, but work orders, the bridge inspections. You know, I mentioned I had a note from the DOT, a memo from the DOT that I presented to the county commissions several months ago. And it talked about the new requirements that are required now on bridge inspections. And this is basically coming down from the federal government to the state governments. They estimated, I think their estimate was about 4 hours per bridge. We needed 4 additional hours. We have about 80 bridges, so you're talking about 320 hours. We're talking about 8 weeks there. And that's new stuff that the federal government adds onto the bridge program. Cole basically handles the bridge program. Whichever you ask me. He basically runs the bridge program. I mean, he's our bridge inspector. I mean, I sign off on it as well too, and I'll go out there with him as well too, but he's a certified bridge inspector. The project design, you know, we got a new project coming up. That's usually a team effort between me and him, drawing up plans for stuff. C&I work, inspections that go on during the job when it's out there. You know, he handles, you know, most of that.
Mr. McGowan, that's what you wanted him to do. When they're doing paving and stuff, to oversee all that, let them motherfuckers, am I correct?
Yeah, he's doing some of that on our CDBG grants.
Correct. I mean, you know, there was, 16 roads on CDBG project. I mean, some of them were short, some of them were long, but it was a big project. You know, if you want to look back at the funding of that job, the funding of that job was done by our guys I say the funding, the surveys were done by the county commission guys. Cole was a big part of that, getting that together. He kind of spearheaded that group. You know, and that kind of fell apart because we had some people who were gonna do it, but they did not do it. Other revenue streams that we've gotten into. We've got scrap tire right-of-way program that we participate in with the state that has brought in tens of thousands of dollars. I think we've disposed of probably close to 3,000 tires, you know, over the years with that. We just started unauthorized dump. We've had a contract in place for a while, unauthorized dump on the right-of-way through the state as well, too. I know I went out there with Commissioner Larkin, we looked at the site. I think Commissioner Adams is familiar with the site. I talked about it before, some of these dump sites. We just recently got approved last week to do the cleanups on those sites. He handles all that. He handled that initial funding, getting the pictures, you know, working with the state, doing that. I mean, there's also the work side of it that has to be done, and then the closeout side that has to be done. I think we had close to $16,000 to clean that up. 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood, to clean 4 sites. 4 sites up to that. So you talk about the funding side, you talk about the design side, you talk about the CE&I side, that's it. I mean, I'll tell you this, you mentioned, you know, y'all got to talk about grants last meeting, talking about, I mean, I'm working now with the SCAS trying to, Safe Streets for All. That's a federal grant program where they do a planning grant before they actually release the money to do the design and the construction work. And we've got that going on. We've got, you know, either we're in the process of or have closed out the LRSI, which is the Local Road Safety Initiative. That was a guardrail project that we did, County Road 115 and 49 in the past. We've done ones on 103 and 165. You mentioned the CDBG project. We're closing that out now. The work has been done, up to 16 roads. We did put in a funding request. We're talking about funding request. We put in a funding request to Senator Tuberville and Representative Figures, you know, as well too. I mean, Rebuild Alabama grants. We've got a bridge grant. We've got all other stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot going on. Check with other counties and see what they have going on. And I
So
don't
basically, we paying Cole Hatchett $18 and 44 cents from the county.
Well,
And then with the 50% match, so basically we got a worker, we paying $18 an hour with a college degree. You see what I'm saying? And the state's paying the rest of it. So that's kind of what we're looking at, guys. So from there, if something happened to Jason, Cole the next man to step up. That's the only way we can get any projects done. If we didn't have him on board, the whole county got to shut down for his road projects or anything, any funds that we can get from the state. And now he don't got the degrees and stuff like we sat here on this board and talked about. If he get up to where he can do the CN&I work, and he have done that. So it's just up to this county commissioner body to take the recommendation of our county engineer.
Mr. Chairman,
I think that's enough.
Mr. Chairman, I'm in favor of giving him the raise. He's now a licensed professional engineer, so, you know, they deserve a higher pay. And also, you know, with that license, he can easily, you know, try to look for another job somewhere else. But I think he deserves a pay increase, and like Commissioner Larkins was saying, we'll be paying half of the $3, so we'd be paying $1.50 an hour more. And so I'm in favor of going ahead and doing the raise.
You had something to say?
I don't have a problem with it, but when it comes to bridge inspection, that's a whole lot in his hands. Some counties, they train their men to be bridge inspectors and send them to get that training, so we're gonna be lost when he do go get another job. That don't thing caught my attention. Look like he's got the whole ball of bridge inspection in his hand. We need to bring some of that back into our county employees' hands and get some, because they want raises too, and get some of them trained on that bridge inspection, and they can get that certification. Some of the local county employees, they want a raise, let them certified, and we'll have our bridge inspection.
I believe it's open for them to do that.
appreciate it.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Is it a good time to talk about giving a raise before the budget right now? Do the numbers, man.
And that's really, Chairman, what we want to see, going forward, talking about other things and doing, where do we stand now, you know, looking forward to our next budget. So we need a financial meeting sometime you set up for us, and let us know where we stand it.
Right, yeah, I mean, well, I can just give you, I mean, over the top, I mean, we definitely fiscally solid. I mean, we're looking pretty good. I mean, our general funds right now are currently sitting at 1.7 million. I mean, we have a total county assets with CB&T and AmeriFirst, we're looking at, right now on hand, approximately $7 million.
Yeah, let's have that meeting, Patrick.
Jason can give a raise within, he's within his budget to give a raise within his department. You don't have to look at the whole general fund.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about future things we got on our mind, fixing stuff and doing.
Yeah, it's still the future thing, holding a good individual, that's the future. It's hard to find an engineer.
Yeah,
It's the hardest thing to find.
I'm with you.
But that's gonna be on the next agenda, so everybody got time to look over it and get prepared. And Sheriff, did you have anything else?
No.
Rob, do you have anything?
Yeah. So we got to get to the meeting.
Commissioner, Lockett, anything you need to add?
No, I don't.
You need anything
Just follow up, Patrick, with Mr. Hop, as soon as we get that meeting that we talked about at the last meeting when they ready. Goodwin Mills and Kaywood.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as we can get that together.
Yeah, I'll give you, Mike, yeah.
That's all.
Mr. Marlowe.
Only thing for the county expenditure we got on the agenda to vote for today for the month of March. I still haven't got a question answered, so. It's on the agenda.
What question was it? I didn't even,
It's a whole list.
I don't, you can tell me nothing about it.
So it's on the agenda to vote for, but they haven't been answered yet.
I'm saying, you can bring them, you said you said table, you didn't tell me what expenditure you had questions about.
I haven't got them back yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, who did you say, give a list to?
I didn't get a list, nobody gets some expenditure. There's a lot of them I need to ask about.
Okay,
It's on the agenda to vote for,
right,
and we'll vote for it today.
okay, but I'm gonna say, you never give me a list, I can definitely explain to you any expenditure on there.
I'll go back and look. Attorney Watersec did have something.
Yeah, I just want to take this time to point out to the citizens of Bullock County and this body here, some things that I have privy to because I'm a prosecutor with this circuit and crime issues that go on. First off, I want to say to the sheriff's department and our law enforcement, I just got out of a situation that we worked on very hard, and the sheriff can tell you our flock camera system was very instrumental in helping us solve some crime. Our pole cameras in the city was very instrumental in that. I think this funding would help even further fight crime in our county. I'm not after, Sheriff, I'm right there with you on the front lines every day. We fight crime tooth and nail around here. Next thing I want to point out is kudos to our volunteer fire department. We had an arson situation in our county that arose in 2024. The Fitzpatrick Fire Department responded within 7 minutes. They saved the structure. Rob does an outstanding job leading our volunteer fire system, I'm gonna call it, throughout the county. And that leads into the discussion that we've been having this morning concerning our equipment, maintaining equipment, looking after equipment, because if you look after your equipment's gonna look after you. Sheriff cars being hopefully gonna be funded. We have in conjunction with the city, we have a great volunteer fire department here locally. I know we have invested a lot of money in I don't know the right name of it, Ron, but these safety trucks that go out, jaws of life, and save lives, and we need to take care of that equipment. And I say all that for this reason. We've been talking about grants and the grants from the sheriff's department. And gentlemen, I hope y'all can get some grants to help house our emergency equipment. We need it. We need it. We got a hospital up here and now emergency room. We're trying to quote unquote save, I'm gonna use that term, there's a lot of political issues involved in that that's hopefully gonna get resolved. But even then, once we get it resolved, we're gonna need ambulance services. We're gonna need to keep that equipment. We're gonna need to keep those people coming to Bullock County to help us, because without an ambulance service, we don't have an emergency room. And, you know, if there's a way, if we can house our emergency equipment, that we can provide housing and place for these ambulance services to operate out of that sector. So I think it's very important that we look very closely. Hope you gentlemen can help with these grant writings to get us a building up here where we've got the land that was donated by Robert, by the Norton family, and on Main Street, adjacent to the firehouse that we have now. That firehouse is not obsolete, but it's too small. We got more equipment now than we got space to put it. So as for a comment, I'm just telling you real life world that I've been experienced for the last several years with our emergency people, our sheriff's department, our police department. They're doing an outstanding job with the resources they got. These resources will help, Sheriff. You know that, and I know that. Rob, you know that we need a place to house our equipment so we can take care of it, so it don't rust out, so it don't break down from being in the weather. And I'm on my soapbox because I live this every day. I fight with the sheriff for this county's safety. Rob and his crew fight for this county for our safety, and we need to do whatever we can as citizens and people to help with those situations. And now I'll be quiet.
Very well said.
Yes, sir.
Real quick on that, on that grant for Skadson, we tried different avenues, what we can spend that money on. We were approached to trying to buy a garbage truck, that got denied. So right now we do have a form where yes, we could use it to buy fire equipment, fire apparatus, turnout gear, radios or whatever it may be. So that she's waiting to get that in hard writing. Then we have to do a formal amendment here and go through a public hearing. So that's on the way of doing that. If you're okay with moving forward with fire equipment, that's the only thing I come up with for is they are approved to do. If not, everything else I tried, it was a no. It was just a no.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Me and Rob tried to get to you. I mean, didn't you say the equipment had to be new, huh?
It has to be new. You can't buy used, nothing. So. And I don't know how much turnout gear each department has. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure it's a big need, right?
All the fire departments.
Say that again?
All the fire departments.
New turnout gear. Okay.
Just me.
All right, okay, thank you. We're going to our meeting.
Bullock County Commission, regular meeting, Tuesday, May 12, 2026.
Do a roll call
Chairman Ellis Jr.,
here.
Commissioner Larkins,
Present.
Commissioner Adams, here. Commissioner McGowan,
Here.
Commissioner Marlowe Jr.,
Here.
Attorney Waters.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Mr. Marlowe, you lead the prayer, please.
Yes, sir. Let us pray. Our gracious Father, we thank you for this day. We come to bow our heads and humble hearts saying thank you, God. Lord, we just ask you to just have mercy upon us, God. Have mercy upon our nation. Have mercy upon our state. God, we just ask you to just be in the midst of us. Give us your wisdom, your knowledge to guide us to make right decisions for this county, God. And Lord, we just bless our citizens and everyone that's up on the sound of my voice. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
That's what we got on this. Three items.
What are you talking about? That's glad.
Right.
All right, so we'll get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Larkin, have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gallo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, got the expenditures for March. They got table there. What, Commissioner Marlowe, did you have any more questions or you wanna?
No, we can approve the suspension, we can make a motion to approve, I'll just give this to, administrator.
Okay,
So Chairman, I make a motion to approve March county expenditure.
okay, that's a motion by Commissioner Marlowe, we have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Larkin, all in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Okay, we want to table, or no, you want to go ahead and vote contingent on that?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. You wanna make a motion?
Okay. Chairman, Mr. Brandon Rivers came before us this morning, and our agenda setting been before us before. He has all the proper licensing, but he would like to place a vending machine now at the, not the Waters building, no, he wanted to do it out at the Stone building. So he's requesting that. And I would like to make a motion today that we grant him permission to place vending machines at the Richard B. Stone building contingent upon the proper agreements being designed by our attorney and him. Go forward, then move forward. I'll make that motion.
A motion by Mr. Gowan, we have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Allen, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Fast off contract agreement, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve Crime Stoppers, contract. That's presented before us.
Second.
Just a question,
Yes,
do we
sir.
need to put the prices in this contract and approve the contract based on, you know, the amounts in the contract, in what we are approving? That needs to be clarified.
The contract will speak within itself, but with it the way it's written. I second it.
And our attorney gonna look over there.
That's what. Let me ask real quick, these numbers you provided, are they going to be incorporated into this other you provided these percentages?
Incorporated into.
Well, the proposed contract here on the, let me say it, John. I just want to be,
Those are the numbers.
page 4.
Be in the contract.
Yeah, page 4.
Under compensation, Article 4, page 4, those numbers that, we still got blank numbers here, and I'm assuming, and you know what you get when you assume, but, the numbers that you provided us,
Start looking at the old.
are gonna be in, put it into this here. You wanna come up and look at this?
Let me see what the blank numbers are.
Attorney, we have, I think we have an updated.
Yeah, we have an updated, right.
Let me see it. I hadn't seen the update.
That's the one I sent yesterday.
John, you seen this? You seen this?
And that price there exceed that, right? What I done is put them two together.
I mean, as long as everybody sees the numbers, how the numbers go out is y'all's decision. As long, I just wanna make sure they're in there, so everybody knows what they're dealing with. That's all, and I'm fine with the fact that this contract now has, all the numbers in there, so we know what we're gonna have to pay out. I'm working with, so
Yeah, that's.
as long as we're informed, I'm fine with the contract.
Okay, our recommendation, our attorney, Mr. McGowan, made a motion to approve the contract. Right, I'll pass off.
Lock and second.
No.
Oh, you made the motion? I'm
Lock and
sorry.
second.
Lock and second.
Okay, Mr. Marlowe made the motion, and Mr. Larkin second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen, for giving. Anything else? Commissioner Larkin, you want to talk about the MO?
Yes. The only, I have one announcement to, we having our annual Bullock County, fishing derby. You know, we got the sheriff department there, they got a large sum of money there. We're still seeking donations for reeling rods and tackle boxes for the kids. We usually give out 1,000. We usually put 1,000 pounds of catfish off in the pond, and we usually give out 100 reeling rods and tackle boxes for the kids here in Bullock County. And this event will be Saturday, June the 13th. It's gonna be on a Saturday. It's gonna start at 8 o'clock. It's gonna end by 12 noon. We'll be asking all the law enforcement to come out to help the kids, and Crime Stoppers would love to have you all out there to, you know, just see what the kids need to see positive things. And that's what we're trying to do, bring positive things throughout our community to help our kids. And we've been doing this 12 years now. And you know, we've been putting 1,000 pounds of fish in there for about 12 years. So that's a lot of fish we put in that pond. And not only when the kids get through fishing the pond, the citizens of Bullock County, twice a month, get a chance to go down there and catch 10 catfish out of the same pond. So if you are adult, and then in September, we usually do another 1,000 pounds in there for the senior citizens. We just started it last year. So I'm asking for donations, and I like to thank everyone that gave donations to this event. And we're gonna make it a good event. And we're gonna continue to try to do it every year.
Commissioner Larkin, thank you for what you and your wife do in this county. She gonna be missed. I know she moved up, she gonna be missed, but keep up the good work, young man.
We're gonna continue to work.
And when you do the adults, I actually add another pound or two because we share.
He gonna retire.
He love fish. Now you might add another pound or two.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, add another pound or two.
Well, I like to thank the sheriff department. The sheriff, when we do the sheriff department usually cooks the fish. He just get his guy, I mean, they get out there, they fry the fish, and man, we have a good time.
But you add another 1,000 pounds. You know, what he's there, because he gonna be sampling this stuff.
My question is, do you have to fish to get to eat?
Well, this event here, we usually give hot dogs away for the kids. We don't usually give them fish at this event here.
I'm talking about us senior citizens.
Oh, no.
We have to fish to get to eat some of that fried fish.
Attorney Waters, it'd be great if the attorneys would come out, instead of seeing our kids off in the courtroom, seeing it'd be great to see our attorneys come out and our judges to come out, see your kids, see the kids, and spend time with them, you know, helping them take a fish off or something. That's how we're gonna mold our community back together, when Black, white, Hispanics, and everyone can come together to make, from one common cause, is our kids. We losing them. Our young men, I'm just gonna speak on it while I'm on the floor. Our young Black men is killing each other, just like they're going out there hunt for deers and turkeys and all that. They're killing each other, shooting each other down on the streets, dragging each other out there in the field, like in Eufaula. I was down there yesterday. The Rump family. Y'all hold the Rump family in y'all prayer. They got his son, carried him out there in the field, shot him down. He'd been out there 3 or 4 days, right behind the guy that killed him, right behind the mama house. And they've been looking for him. See, my thing is, here in Bullock County, the same thing is going on, but we ain't speaking up about it. We got murders, we got people getting shot down, ain't nothing been said about it. They ain't even throw a brick through my church. A church that's been 150 years, ain't never been broke in. This is stuff we're dealing with. If it's not happening at your house today, it's gonna happen at your house tomorrow. So it took all of us got a voice to stand up to do something for this community. And that's one thing about Commissioner Larkins, I'm gonna do what I can for this community. That's one thing I'm gonna do. And then when it comes down to my time, I can't do no more, I'm just gonna let it be. But I'm gonna do what I can for my community tonight, because I want it safe for the kids.
Thank you for what you do.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Larkin. Commissioner Adams, you? I want to thank all the people that came out to Old America's Month celebration on Friday. We had a very, very good turnout from the citizens, and we had a lot of vendors. They brought a lot of information, valuable information, and thank Commissioner Gowan for being there and bringing awareness to some announcement as well and everything. So thank you, Commissioner.
Well, thank you, Chairman. I mean, that was an awesome event. Our seniors enjoyed themselves, and I was just happy to be there, you know, to see that turnout and everyone that was there to fully enjoy the Older Americans Month. And then, back up on Commissioner Larkin, let's say thanks to Crime Stoppers and trying to help us with what's going on throughout, not just here, but throughout the region. And appreciate all the work you've done and the funding that you assisted in bringing to the community. And we look forward to y'all administering this to the best of your ability.
Yes, sir. Chairman, with all that's going on in the nation and in the state of Alabama, our election is still on for May 19th as of right now, so we still got to go out and vote May 19th. With that being said, on May the 16th, in Hollow community, they're having a May Day event. They've been doing it for 20 years. We invite the public to come out there. They're gonna have the maypole, and I think the candidates.
You don't know about no maypole.
Yes, I think the candidates that run for election, they're gonna be rapping the maypole, I believe. Am I right? So let's invite everybody to come out and enjoy our community event and have some fun in a safe environment. Thank you.
Thanks.
time is 12 until the sheriff said go on.
Jason, our guys got everything, our poles and stuff ready to go. We on working on the porta potties, Commissioner McGowan, but your site, so other than that, we good. All right. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Well, so, let me just say this one thing before we adjourn. Guys, you know, Chairman mentioned about the $2,500, that, you know, that we didn't get it for as a grant. But if we can't get that grant cycle back through, this body here, if we got to pay an individual, in a donation, whatever way we can do it,
I was thinking
we'll
about,
figure out which way
I
we
was
need to
thinking
do.
about actually the development authority.
Okay,
Help us out.
all right.
If
That's
that's something, if that was okay.
That's even better. Yeah.
Sorry, I know the meeting is about to end, but this is just because she's a good camera, she brought me some quotes and everything, and so I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask her any questions, and then, if she said that they do have a buyback program, so just have a few minutes if you want to just. Oh, that's
It's about
So I was not prepared for this. When I dropped off the quotes, I didn't know you guys were in session right now. But I brought her two different types of quotes. We do have a cab over, which is what your retail, you know, like GFL, Waste Pro, MDI, this is the type of truck they use. I also gave her a quote as well for a conventional cab. This is what Jason runs on his dump trucks. So it really just depends on, you know, which design you want to go with. Both of them have a three-year buyback program associated with them as well. The design like Jason runs, the conventional cab, the buyback is going to be a little bit less because, you know, it's harder to sell than the cab over design. So it's really more of a preference, which direction you guys want to go in. We can offer a 3-year buyback on both of them. As far as the rotation goes, we've got City of Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, all of your major cities run this type of program where they're rotating out every 3 years because the life cycle of a garbage truck tends to last between 5 and 7 because those trucks they're starting, stopping, and as the day goes on, that load gets heavier and heavier. So they just tend to break down. And with you guys being FET tax exempt, similar to the dump trucks, those garbage trucks can actually, you know, get you a higher ROI if you're rotating them out and not putting all that maintenance into them year over year. So that's one of the programs we offer.
And staying ahead of the warranties.
What?
When you're doing it, you're staying ahead of the warranties.
Correct, yes. And we can also, what we'll do on the garbage trucks, if you guys decide to go to the rotation program, we'll put a 3-year warranty that covers, it's not bumper to bumper because there's no bumper to bumper, but it covers all those big bases. You know, like anything that major would go out in that 3-year time span will be covered up underneath those warranty programs as well. Right now, if you were to put in a PO right now, you're looking at anywhere between a 4-month to 5-month lead time. That's because it's a lot different than our dump trucks. Our dump trucks we kind of keep in stock. Those are on the ground. These garbage trucks are kind of more made to order. So there's times where we can rush it and we may be able to get it to the 3-month period, but I like to tell all of my customers, hey, you're looking at 4 to 5 months because we've got to get it, you know, we have to get the body also built as well, whether it's with Heil or Labrie, and the chassis sent up to them to get those put on for you guys.
That big one, is it the one-man operation? That big truck? The big.
So both of these I did rear loaders.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to go the ASL route to have like a 1-man truck, we can also quote those as well. And those actually have an even higher 3-year buyback because that is what GFL and all of those garbage companies are using. And so after that 3-year period, we would try to sell it to one of those retail guys.
Well, we have a work session on that, I guess, discuss that further. And we're looking to hopefully make some moves.
Awesome.
Stuff like that. So anything else you want to say? Any questions right quick?
And if there's any questions too, I can give her all of my contact information. I know Jason has it as well, so that way you guys can just email it over and we can kind of shoot back, even like a brochure of the program for the garbage trucks.
One more thing.
Yes.
You come back and bring us a cow.
I can handle that.
That ain't breaking the law.
You want to come?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you guys so much.
Get the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
doesn't have to get taxed, it's back with tax. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all the funding the fire departments get. So anything above and beyond that is for each individual fire department to seek those grants. So
Fundraisers.
any money the county commission can provide, obviously to help these departments, is going to go a long way. So I just want to put that out there. Also, I'll add one on a personal note. My wife and I have already offered out there to help sponsor the 250th anniversary event, in whichever way it is needed. So please keep us in mind. If funding is
We had to just put some literature in place so that everybody understands that this is not a platform given for an individual to seek office. So that had to be, that I had to get that straight, and so that's a part of it. So because they are there, I had to go, I called to Secretary of State just to make sure that it wouldn't be a conflict or something come back on us, stating that we allow campaigning to be taking place because we did receive funding from the state, but that's not that. So Commissioner and the mayor for the city of Union Springs, we had a conversation, we had a meeting about this, so all of that has been discussed. If that's even in anyone's mind, would this be a grounds for a political arena? It's not. They have been instructed what they can and cannot do.
And how the money can
There are-
be spent.
You mentioned something about they having money in that way on that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys are having a trail ride in July 4th, that Saturday. Y'all, it's something, I was just made aware of it, Thursday, that you all are having a July 4th, the same, but
Oh, no, they having a family reunion, baby. That ain't nothing to do.
Oh, that, you know, I don't know, they just said it was a whole road, I know that's just.
They having, no, I wonder what you're talking about. That's a family reunion, baby. They can have what they wanna have. That ain't got nothing to do. That ain't no community event.
Oh, no, it was I'm just saying, I wasn't speaking as if it's a competition. I was just saying that in addition to what we're doing, you all are having something in your district as well. And the reason, and a lot of the hesitant for me with the literature is because midterms the next week, that's important. You can't overload the people with so much stuff because they're gonna be like, wait a minute, it's too much going on, I'm gonna forget something. So it was the statement that I made was not to be meant in a competitive way. It was just to acknowledge that there is another event taking place the same day that this event is taking
Oh,
place.
yeah, they having a family reunion event.
And then y'all would, we have several, including my son, May 27th, he'll be deployed. But we have several service people in the community that are being deployed. And you all know the culture that's going on right now with what's happening in Washington. So my son is being deployed, May 27th. We have a total of 6 individuals from Bullock County who've already gone, he'll be the 7th. So just keep all our service people in our community in prayer if you all can. Thank you so much.
Well, I hope in general, thank you for doing what you're doing appropriately, thank you.
Try my best.
Have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Lawrence, and a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Allen, all in favor? Opposed, motion carried. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.